magari twende, nieleze, sitaki tujishewe. Kama umechoka ungesema.
All the way.
Penzi we, sukuma gari twende, nieleze, sitaki tujishewe. Kama umechoka ungesema, usife moyo ni mapema. Niambie, mbona hutaki tena? Wende ulisema nililele, hakuna kitu tamu tena. Penzi we, usinikeuzie, moyo wangu si mashini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Penzi we, usinikeuzie, ubwage moyo wangu chini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Isafari ya wawili, isafari ya wawili. Penzi we, usinikeuzie, moyo wangu si mashini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Penzi we, usinikeuzie, ubwage moyo wangu chini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Isafari ya wawili, isafari ya wawili. Karakanwa chako bodhili, chanwa chako kanyatu, angomomno nileya malitu, amena apendika.
Yes, good afternoon. That is Watenda Willie playing right here on the middle of the 21st century. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. And welcome to another episode. It's exactly 28 minutes past the top of the hour. And my name is Joby. To those who are here for the first time, kindly do hit that subscription button and welcome to our beautiful platform. You can also join us officially by downloading our app on the Google Play Store. My name is Joby one more time, and shout out to everyone with us on the radio station, to those with us on Spreaker, Spotify, all our streaming platforms, and wishing you a beautiful day ahead. Hope you're feeling amazing, energetic, sending you love, hugs, and I hope I can get the same. I just need some lots of hugs personally, but hey, it is what it is. But karibuni sana. And welcome to the Pan-African Bliss. Today we're going to be learning about something a little bit exactly part of what has been my program lately. Since most of you have been requesting me to do the same exact shows, I've made it now once in a week. And I think I have to choose a specific day, the same way I've chosen a specific day for the Black American histories every Wednesday. I think I have to choose also a specific day for me to be sharing these educative agribusinesses or anything to do with business and how you can sustain them, how you can start them, and all that. But today being on a Thursday, I think I have to make it on a Thursday, but I'll see. I'll literally see. It depends on what we have on our table. There's not so much trending politically. Of course, there is, but not every day I want to talk about negative stuff. Sometimes this is just too much in my head. I've said that I feel like journalists, we go through so much. Literally regarding the news and reports, we actually report every single day. And sometimes it can take so much out of us or accumulate so much in us. I don't know if it really makes sense, where you digest a lot of negativity instead of, invest in a lot of positivity in your life, and it does really does affect us personally. I'm not gonna lie, it does affect me in different ways. I think you guys have also seen it, especially when sometimes I'm live, I get mad, I get emotional. But I'm glad that over all those years I've grown enough to also know how to manage my emotions, especially when it comes to being on air. So karibuni sana once again. Shout out to everyone with us or those who shall be joining us later, those who shall be catching this on a replay. I hope you guys get to enjoy. Remember, you can get yourself amazing organic supplements on the Black Hot Fire Network application. By downloading the app, you can find us on the Google Play Store. If you are an Android phone user, if you are an iPhone user, using a laptop, we have an active website link, www.blackoutfanetwork.com. And also we are on Amazon Roku TV, where we have our shows always uploaded every weekend. So in case you're at home chilling, you can catch up with all the conversations that you might have missed on YouTube, on Amazon or Roku TV through the app itself. Or in case you're busy with your schedule as well and you're at work and you'd love to tune in and listen and keep up with what is happening, so long as you're connected to the internet, you have your earphones or earpods on, we are on the radio station, active and going. So karibuni sana, and wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day. Personally, I'm just cruising through life. That's just how I feel this week. Like it's not just that week for me. I'm just not feeling it. I'm cruising through life. That's all I can really truly say. But I hope everything gets better through time. I hope things get better. That's just the term I can literally simply use. And I hope for you, maybe who's feeling the same as me, because sometimes I feel like as humans, we're expected to give so much of ourselves. And they're just those days, they're just those days. They're those days. And I'm glad personally I've learned to accept there are those days where you just don't feel like anything. You don't feel like yourself. You don't feel like nothing. You don't feel anything. And we have to show up at the end of the day. We got to, no matter what, we just have to show up. So shout out to you if you're literally maybe in a stuck or maybe a very crazy situation, an understanding situation, and I hope you get through it. That would be my quote of today. I'm going to be bringing back also quotes of the day, and I'm going to share maybe a few before the end of the show, literally the end of the show, to leave you just feeling encouraged, because I wish the same could be passed to me. Shout out to my neighbor, Mark, in the studio. He gave me a hug. I really needed a hug. I just needed a hug, literally. Nothing else. I just needed a hug. I just needed someone to just tell me it's okay. It gets better, I guess. It does get better throughout and through with time. It does. Things get better. Things get better because I believe in that. I do believe in things get better. I think there's a time last week I was talking about um last week or 2 weeks ago, I was talking about South Africans or the Ghanaians after them being kicked out of South Africa. And there's this one man who said how so long as he's alive, he feels amazing that he can still be able to start over in life. And I've been saying, I think as Africans, we've been kept in a position of always hoping and hoping. But sometimes it's too much, it's just too much. But it is what it is. So wishing you a beautiful day, and I hope you cope up with what you're going through, same maybe as me. I hope you get through it and all that. But karibuni sana once again. I'm going to start with what is happening in Nigeria as part of today's conversation. And then we're going to talk a little bit also about what is happening with Ruto when he was actually, of course, he's always away from home. He's never in Kenya. When Kenyans are demonstrating, when Kenyans are demanding actions or answers, Ruto is never here. So he's in Norway, and he was actually talking about how things to do with Ebola and a lot of stuff. So before we get into the main conversations, I'm gonna be sharing about that. But for now, remember you can get yourself organic supplements to boost your health in different ways. We have multivitamin, we have ashwagandha, we have beetroot, we have brain and focus, we have skincare products. We can keep yourself glowing like my beautiful skin. Use some shea butter, it works magic on your face. We have amazing other skincare products and the like of aloe cucumber soap. I think we should also introduce turmeric soap. Turmeric soap really does amazing. Like it does the especially like let's say you want to get rid of dark spots or maybe dark areas of your body. Turmeric soap does amazing magic and so much. So for now, I'll share some brain and focus, and we'll be back, of course, looking at how Nigerians took it to the street to demonstrate and literally copying the one time chant like the Kenyans because they want Tinubu not to come back into presidency.
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Very affordable price. That is 7 minutes past the top of the hour. And as we start with today's conversation, we have the Nigerian activist Martin Vincent Otse, known online as a very dark man, landed in Abuja. That was yesterday night and was met by hundreds of supporters at the airport area, and they broke into an impromptu protest chanting Tinubu must go. Videos shared on social media showed vehicles moving in circles as people waved flags. A very dark man wearing a t-shirt criticizing the government stepped out and joined the movement as it turned into a street protest, and there were no reports of clashes or any arrests. 3 years after the president, Bola Tinubu, took over the office, that was in May 2023, anger over rising inflation, which I've seen that is the excuse being given in Kenya, because today that is when the finance bill is being read in the 254, and I've seen the I'm going to get his name correctly. But what he was defending himself on why they are increasing taxes is because of the rising inflation. Why do you have inflation in Africa, in a country that is so abundant? Because the people are poor, the continent is not. Yesterday, we were looking at Nigeria, how wealthy it should be, how wealthy it can be. And I do believe still, as much as I shared Aliko Dangote's video, I don't think he's really done so much. I didn't want to criticize that yesterday because that was not the main goal. The main goal was looking at how Africa can invest in itself using its resources. But now looking at the man who was talking personally, I do believe that he has done nothing much for the Nigerians. When you talk about still having Nigeria having a refinery oil company, still Nigeria is one of the countries that faces the subsidies of oil, faces inflation in different ways. So the question goes back to what has he really done to the people's, to using the people's cost of living or to ease the country's or improve the country's economy. Let me put it that way. What has he really done? Because according to me, there's nothing. There's literally nothing. But they're saying that the teachers are criticizing the government, and they stepped out and joined the moment as it turned into a street protest, and there were no reports and clashes or arrests that were reported. And of course, there's rising on inflation, a weak naira, and insecurity still runs deep. The infrastructure has already spilled into several streets protests before, and the very dark man guy with his large youth following has become one of the government's loudest online critics. So this is what was taking place yesterday in Nigeria at night. And they have joined Kenya on Tinubu must go. They say we've been saying Ruto must go.
All right, so Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, we are live and direct. Very dark man. We are demanding that the president resign. One law. Shown in 3 years that he's a failure and will not do anything. So they demand to make him resign because we are tired. We are tired of it.
African youths are tired, and I can't wait till that point. You see, I love the way the spirit is rising personally, if you ask me. I love the way the spirit of revolution is currently slowly rising because, yes, Kenya being one of the countries, it has shown how awake we really are and how involved we are in politics, literally how concerned we are with politics, how we care about how politics is ruling our lives, right? And I really admire that, and I think that Kenya is pushing other African countries to also do the same. And a good example is Tanzania. I love the way Tanzanians actually realized we're not divided, it's the borders that keep us divided, which we talked about yesterday. If we get rid of the visas, the passports, how we can easily trade with each other, how this can easily help Africa economically grow. But since we're still following the policies and the laws of the white men, that is one of the things that has kept us super behind. But can we change this? Yes, we can. How can we change this? Like Tinubu says, why does it require me 38? He's a billionaire by saying it requires him 38 visas for him to move around the African continent. And it's way beyond that. Because understand, the only few African countries that have gotten rid of visas is just a few. Rwanda to be mentioned, we have Togo, we have Benin. Kenya is a scam. Don't believe that bullshit. And a lot of countries, a few countries that have been able to do this. But what if we all wholly, and that's why we go back to the African Union, if wholly we were to discuss this kind of things, and be included as the African Union, if it worked, don't leave behind the term if it worked. If the African Union was a working organization, Africa would now be fully trading with itself, because I've been a big advocate personally of saying, when personally as Kenya, if I make a decision, I'm not going to make this decision as just Kenya. I want this decision and debate to be brought across the whole African continent at large and see how is it going to benefit us. If it's not beneficial, that's when we can see, hey, then we don't have to do this as a continent. But we can clearly see removing of visas, and I'm going to add passports, how beneficial it can actually be. So yes, shout out to Nigerians and to the very dark guy. But what we've seen with these people who have numbers and big, large influences as well, we have to understand that they're easily bought out by the government. So I'm not going to trust the man until I see maybe him forming a political party, which I also have an issue with, because we have too many different political parties, which include tribalism, especially in Africa, which we talked about yesterday during the day and also in the evening when Keith was breaking down how African people move in America with tribalism differences. It's a big problem. The moment we realize we're doing this for the country, not for a certain tribe, we're going to be able to move forward. So I'd say shout out to Nigerians one more time for at least trying to do the Kenyan way, but you still have a long way to go, because we're talking about a country that is full of 200 and something tribes, 200 and something tribes. So how do you unite this kind of a country? And understand we have this Islamic Christianity in differences. We have the so-called jihadists, Boko Haram, ISIS, who are killing Islams, they're killing Christians, all this bullshit they use, and which is mainly a propaganda coming from the mainstream media. How can we be able to unite such a country? That is something that leaves me trying to understand Nigeria. In a country that 200 and man, that is a lot. I'm not gonna lie, like even Kenya, 40 something, 40 plus tribes is a lot, and including Indians, because Indians have become part of our tribe, right? 40 something still is a lot. I actually appreciate a country maybe like Zambia as much as they have crazy presidential candidates, but that country just only has 16 tribes. Just 16. I feel like 16 is easy to maneuver for me rather than over 50, 40, 30, 200. That is too much. So I do hope it gets to a point where Nigerians will ever understand Christianity, Islamic indifferences, or the religion indifferences, the tribal indifferences, or the differences, however you want to term it, doesn't make us different. It is just a political move that is being used to divide us, literally in simple ways. So I'd say shout out to Nigerians for trying to do something. But looking at Kenya, our very own president, let me share what he had to say when he was in Norway, because of course you can see the influence of other African countries now chanting one term. It's coming from Kenya. And of course you see the image. Look at this image. It is showing you clearly Ruto and Tinubu, who are very good allies. And I think yesterday I said Tinubu and Ruto, for me, they don't look anything different. They're all the same. But let's listen what Liza had to say when he was in Norway.
Previously, on keeping up with the Kenya Kwanzaa government.
Let us be clear. No durable peace can ever be built on impunity, on collective punishment, or on normalization of violence against the innocent.
Africans have always reminded us that the medicine man who cures others of an itch should not be seen scratching himself. And President Ruto's recent trip to Oslo brought that proverb into sharp focus. Let me explain. Standing before an international audience in Norway, the president spoke passionately about the crisis gripping Sudan, the DRC, Somalia, the Sahel, and Libya. He condemned violence, intimidation, attacks on civilians and humanitarian workers, and warned against collective punishment as a path to peace.
Sudan remains one of the gravest catastrophes of our time, yet diplomacy has struggled to gain traction. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, peace has remained elusive despite initiative after initiative. In Somalia and across the Sahel, groups affiliated with Al-Qaeda and Islamic...
Previously, on keeping up with the Kenya Kwanzaa government.
Let us be clear. No durable peace can ever be built on impunity, on collective punishment, or on normalization of violence against the innocent.
Africans are...
So the same person talking about violence upon the innocent is the same person who has been killing Kenyans every time they try practice democracy. During the weekend, we had over more than 2 people, like they announced on their gazettes, on their mainstream medias, that it's only 2 people who are killed on the rejection of Ebola quarantines in Kenya, and specifically in Nanyuki border. Literally Nanyuki, that is like Laikipia Nanyuki border, where we know we have the Mrima Hills, where there was rare earth minerals worth of billions of money that were discovered there. So the same person has the audacity. For me, it's always the audacity. Man, I'm proud to be Joby, being honest. I'm so proud to just be myself. I'm just so proud to be myself. in many different ways. Because the same thing I'm seeing in this man, I've seen it in many people, because it's super crazy. The audacity. It's always the audacity. How do you have so much audacity? It's crazy.
Have always reminded us that the medicine man who cures others of an itch should not be seen scratching himself. And President Ruto's recent trip to Oslo brought that proverb into sharp focus. Let me explain. Standing before an international audience in Norway, the president spoke passionately about the crisis.
Shout out to Demore. I was with Demore here on Monday. He arrived, I think, on Sunday, and he came to say hi to us. And we were talking about the conversation that was being held in Aljaban. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that country's name. It was in Russia. I don't know. God damn it. I don't know how to pronounce Aljaban. I don't know. God damn it. But we were having that discussion when Ruto visited where Demore was, and was talking about the affordable housing, and which we also had the discussion about it on one of our shows, the three of us, me, Kamlesh, and Shmani. And the way he was lying to people, how he's been able to create affordable housing, right? It's all a scam. And I wish I could share. I can't share Lynn Gugi's video here because most of the times when I share Lynn Gugi's videos, I get criticized about them. So I'll literally maybe share them on the WhatsApp page for those who can get time to watch them and see what she had to say, especially the scam coming in with the affordable housing, right? So it's crazy because there's something Demore said. He's like, Ruto is so perfect. And of course, we understand where the perfectism comes in. He said Ruto appears like a perfect man in the white man's eye, you know? And of course, like, because he's a puppet, you know? But he's like, no, because of how he displays the image of the country, like it's a working country.
Hold on, Joe, but let me say something real quick. You play Lingu, no one's criticizing you. No one's criticizing you for playing Lingu or anybody. We might say, we might have a caveat to what she's saying, but play it. It's your show. You play what you want. And also, the country is called, say it with me, Joby, Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
There you go. I don't know Russia somewhere. It's next to Russia. It used to be part of Russia, but now it's its own country. So it's Azerbaijan. Okay, so now let me go. So if you want to play Lingugi, player, because there might be some that you see that she's saying that you agree with that makes your statement. You know? So as far as Ruto, he's never at Kenya because he doesn't know how to build a country. He's always been up somebody's white person's ass. He's in Azerbaijan, he's in Norway, he's in France, he's everywhere but in the country because this moron, and he's like all African moron, he doesn't know how to build an economy. Everybody's no economies in Africa. He's always up there with the white man's penis down his raggedy throat begging. Can you give us some money, white man? Can you have us some money? And the money never reaches the people. It goes in his filthy pocket. Like all these African despots, right? So let me get off here. It's called Azerbaijan. You got that right. And you can play Lingugi. And that's giving critiques. We're not criticizing you. We're criticizing what Lingugi said. Not you. So stop taking what I'm saying. First, nothing to do with you. I think Lingugi has a lot of good shows. I just critique the ones that I say, oh, this may be problematic. This ain't got nothing to do with you playing her. That's what I'm talking. I'm critiquing Lingugi, not you, Joby. Okay. So stop internalizing me saying something about Lingugi. And then you really keep talking about that one when I went off and she brought that Arab on there. Talking about we brothers. And you know there's no brotherhood with Arab. That's what I said, okay? But a lot of Lingugi shows, I like her. I agree with her. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, I'll share something about her tomorrow of someone who is very honest with our economy. like his videos, so I'm gonna share that tomorrow. Share to that today, but the fact that I chose a different type of topic, the video is not allowing me to share that today. But thank you for
Okay.
the question.
Yeah,
As it,
yeah. You try to, yeah. That's do it. Link. You're not criticizing you, and when you'll take it down. Nobody's criticizing you. Bring it up because it's got still has valid information. I'm just critiquing the information. Say it was missing. It's missing some points that I would say. It's nothing to do with you bringing a video. Because it still got good information. Just like with Goofy Tinubu. Tinubu is a criminal, and the governments of Nigeria have helped keep Nigeria impoverished. And you said about Dan Cody, no, what Dan Cody did is impossible, Joe. I don't understand. I don't think you understand. He might not be like a really good person, right? Because he's a billionaire. Those billionaires are corrupt. But what he's done is phenomenal, Joby. I don't think you understand what he's done is phenomenal. In a corrupt country that was trying to stop you from doing this because of white people, want to make sure you stay impoverished and all your oil is sold outside your country, then you buy your own oil back, Joby, as gasoline, or what you guys call petrol. You know how crazy that is? So his own government has been fighting him, building this refinery that actually helps the country bring down fuel prices in the country because white people have installed all these puppets where they get money off your back, where they parasite off you, right? And so the bootlicking coon-ass Negroes gonna get their little share and have their own people fucked up as long as they're making money, right? So that's the same thing with Ruto and Museveni. We say, listen, we need to build one over in Kenya. So people, so you got to really give Dan Cody credit because these leaders don't care about the African leaders don't give a shit about their own people. They don't even care at all. As long as they get some money, it's like crazy. So I got to give Dan Cody credit for doing what he's doing. And that's why it took him 16 years to build. So he deserves a lot of respect. Now, I know he doesn't pay people the way he's supposed to be paid, Jim. I get that. So there's always going to be goods and bad with these people. So I get it. Let me let you go.
all right, thank you for the correction. As Azerbaijan, I got that one.
There you go. I like Azerbaijan. See, there you go. Azerbaijan. I don't know Russia.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's listening to
Sudan, the DRC, Somalia, the Sahel, and Libya.
Before I go, Joey, see, this is what I'm talking about with this coon here. He's responsible for the violence in the DRC and the Sudan. He's a puppet of the whites and the Arabs, the ones that are stealing and destabilize the country. Because he let the what they call the RCJ, what they call it,
RSF?
Yeah, RSF. He allowed them in the country. Those are backed rebels by England, Washington, and fucking the UAE to overthrow Sudan and break it up some more where they can steal. He knows that. He's the one brought the French in. So the French, since now the French cannot fight the Sahel states, right? What they're doing, France is now trying to be slick and go to the UN and say, well, we need to force troops into the Sahel states and call it humanitarian reasons. So he don't know that. That's what I'm saying. He's a complete puppet. But I'm done.
It's okay. I'll let you know. Oh, okay, thank you. I was talking to Christine. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that. I was talking to Christine. Sending off.
That's okay.
Intimidation, attacks on civilians and humanitarian workers, and warned against collective punishment.
And he's the one killing people in the street.
Sudan remains one of the greatest catastrophes of our time. Yet diplomacy has struggled to gain traction. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, peace has remained elusive
Well, remember yesterday on the, I'm going to go back. Let me actually pull that article very quickly for you guys. The article I was reading yesterday on the 99 reasons to impeach Ruto, we saw that is one of the biggest supporters of the DRC Congo weapon supplyment. Is supplying, Kenya is being used to supply weapons to DRC Congo.
Of course.
Let me see. Okay, I got it. Let me go to that article very quickly. So it was saying, yeah, Kenya's foreign policy is tied to the M23 and the RSF. Let me quickly.
How about that? How about that? So they're saying Kenya is a puppet state. I guess Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa. These are puppets. These are the major jump offs in Africa. So he's not really. He doesn't really run anything. He carries out agendas for white people. That's what he does. And shout out to the, like you said, what Joby said, shout out to the Kenyans out there who know. Kenyans are so smart now. Kenyans know that they put Uhuru and this moron in power because they were going to take him to the Hague and lock him up. Crimes against. See, Joby already figured that out himself, and that's true. They were going to lock these two bootlicking, handkerchief head Negroes up for crimes for killing Kenyans back in 2007. They're both guilty. Yep. Uhuru and him killed Africans. So none of them are good. They were put in power to steal, to make sure. That's why you got the biggest military base of England in Kenya. And all this, nothing's changed because they put these Negroes in power to stop the country and to destabilize other African countries. In the Sudan, that's why when Joby showed 2 years ago that Sudanese guy was saying, Kenya, you're doing dangerous things. He warned Kenya because he knows Kenya's behind the white man's behind them breaking up the Sudan. They're also the ones behind like the M23 rebels. Not just Kagame, Kenya. And I told you, Kenya was the one that helped Museveni get in power. So this has always been a bootlicking country. Kenya's always been a puppet of the West. Just like Ghana, always. So nothing's changed. But just the Kenyans are waking up and realizing, oh, we've been propagandized. Yeah. Go ahead, Joe. You got it.
So we had Kenya foreign policy tied to the M23 and the RSF armed groups responsible for the mass atrocities in DRC and Sudan. And of course, also, I didn't even read this whole 99 reasons of why Ruto should be impeached because there were so many. And of course, they're all factual because Kenyans have been very much aware of what is happening. We also have, of course, the reason why we have the leader of M23 rebel being given passport, which is the 11th point, Kenyan passport issued to the RSF warlords. This is because of the illegal, that is number 24, illegal gold trade with the RSF militia through Kenya, which is, of course, for blood for minerals. Kill people for minerals. We also have weapons and ammunition being supplied to Sudan, DRC, and M23 rebel through the Kenyan army. Like, it's a whole lot of, it's crazy, man. But this is the idiot. And I just love the way, I shout to Demore because he didn't sugarcoat it. I thought he's going to sugarcoat it because I went straight to the questions. I was like, yo, what's up? What was this conversation about? Are you supporting this bullshit? It's like, nah, it's just because Ruto is seen as a trophy in these countries. And I'm like, he's being seen as a trophy because he's a puppet, because when you're a puppet who's doing what you have to do, and of course escaping the jail terms, because of course his freedom comes with conditions. Him not going to jail after the 2007, what he did, appearing
exactly.
Comes with conditions. That's why you can see Uhuru Kenyatta has this big balloon stomach because he did his 10-year bid. He did what he could. But what we're experiencing today now with this guy, I don't know also if it's part of the agreement, Uhuru Kenyatta was kind of more, and I'm not defending him, he was just kind of more, backed up. I don't know if I'm using the right term, but he was laid back with the corruption. He did it, but
what it's called, Joe? What it's called? You're reaching for this. So what they did, Joe? He was the slow track to make sure you see it. Since Kenyans were still sleeping, Uhuru was the slow track you into prison. And now that they got you there close, Ruto is the fast track you all the way in there and lock everything down. So, so it was a slow track so you wouldn't see it. Ruto's down it's like the train is running, Joe, but now there's no brakes. So now he's like, whoa, hey, somebody slow this train down. It's out of control. So that's what's going on.
But let me share this before time gets out of my hand. Then we'll share the main conversation, which is very important. This motherfucker doesn't give a fuck about us. He doesn't. And I'm sorry to use a very abusive language. No, okay, no sound for you, Jibba Jabba. Let me reshare it again. I'm sorry. Let me share it again for those who. I'm sorry if you guys are not.
I know she played anything. That's why I didn't say anything. I'm about to say, Joe, but you got no sound. I didn't want to say anything. I'm going to be accused of taking over a show. I didn't say nothing.
I think I've realized what's wrong with StreamYard now, and I'm not gonna do that anymore. I've realized when I jump from one tab to another, it kind of mutes my sound. So I'm really sorry about that. Just allow me to play this without you guys interrupt. Keith, without
Previously, on keeping up with the Kenya Kwanzaa government.
Let us be clear. No durable peace.
Is it audible now, Keith? Since you're here, let me know.
Yes.
Is it? Okay, thank you.
Can ever be built on impunity, on collective punishment, or on normalization of violence against the innocent.
Africans have always reminded us that the medicine man who cures others of an itch should not be seen scratching himself. And President Ruto's recent trip to Oslo brought that proverb into sharp focus. Let me explain. Standing before an international audience in Norway, the president spoke passionately about the crisis gripping Sudan, the DRC, Somalia, the Sahel, and Libya. He condemned violence, intimidation, attacks on civilians, and humanitarian workers.
As if he's not been doing so.
And warned against collective punishment as a path to peace.
Sudan remains one of the gravest catastrophes of our time. Yet diplomacy has struggled to gain traction. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, peace has remained elusive despite initiative after initiative. In Somalia and across the Sahel, groups affiliated with Al-Qaeda and Islamic State continue to exploit fragile governance and expand their reach. More troubling still is the rise of parallel administrations and the gradual fragmentation of state authority, as we have witnessed in Libya and Sudan, posing a threat to national sovereignty, regional stability, and the very foundations of international order. The human cost is devastating. Starvation, sexual violence, attacks on humanitarian workers, and the deliberate targeting of civilians. Let us be clear. No durable peace can ever be built on impunity, on collective punishment, or on normalization of violence against the innocent. And yet, if war exacts an immense cost, peace demands an investment of equal determination. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict or the silence of guns. It is the presence of legitimate institutions, opportunity-creating economies, and societies grounded in justice and inclusion.
It was the kind of speech that deserves a standing ovation or a Nobel Peace Prize nomination.
I'm not gonna lie, for real, because he's been getting that since he became a president, a standing ovation, because he seems like a Pan-Africanist of talking nothing. And I just love the way the first video again shows him and Tinubu, which I said yesterday to be specific. There's no difference between the Kenyan president and the Nigerian president, and also Africa at large, but apart from the Alliance Sahel state. These people are doing the copy and paste of the same system of policy and laws. There's nothing that they do different. It's all the same. Always appearing in front of white people to seem like they're making a very important speech, but the speech that they are making has to go back to the white man and what he likes, what he prefers, working for the African continent. Because trust me, the same thing I was saying yesterday, this has been disturbing me throughout the whole weekend. I'm like, man, this is crazy that you are a president of a whole country full of resources. You are the commander of this country despite having commanders, you know. You literally have a say on how your country should move, but you don't want to do this, you know. And that's why I was using the example of how youths have many things they can tap into, but they can't because they don't have that, you know, capital. Speak about capitals, you know, eligibility of maybe money, resources, anything. This motherfucker here on the screen, he has all that. All he needs is just to employ people who can actualize things to move. From the Minister of Foreign Affairs to the Minister of who is in control of resources, which we saw is a very corrupt. This is the most corrupt person I know. The most corrupt person I know. And this is he's reshuffling people because he's putting people who can be yes, a boss Negroes. Yes, yeah, okay, Ruto. Okay, this is what you want us to do? Okay, cool. Because France says so? Okay, cool. And because if he doesn't do so, it goes back to the same thing. He's going to be going to jail. Come next year, if this man doesn't become a president and he's supposed to be here for 10 years, if we won't be able to calm down Kenyans or take control of Kenyans, Ruto is going to prison. Ruto is going to go to prison come next year with the outcome of elections. And what he's doing because of the reshuffling, we saw one of the guys, which I'm going to share today on the reaction time, because today I'm the captain. This guy was saying he's going to be caning Kenyans after the 2027 election if they go to the streets and demonstrate, or if they dare deny the results of the after elections. And Kenyans are saying the results of the after election should be Ruto and his people should be gone. So you claiming that you're going to cane us as if you're talking to some primary kids schools or primary kids in school, man, it's going to be really bad. It's going to be really, really, really bad. I see other African countries making some memes, comedies about Kenya, how Kenyans were so, you know, how we keep up with our government, how we react so quick. Yeah, because we're educated. And that is when you go back to actually most of these countries, the system of education that was introduced to us by Mwai Kibaki, most of these countries don't have. Most of the countries don't have free system of education, which is where Kibaki beat. He did beat up most of the countries, literally, because this enabled many people to go to school, be educated, as much as it was.
Of course, you can't. Of course, Joe, unless you educate your people, you can't afford. That's why Kenyans know so much. That's what even Torre said. That's why what? The health states that have free education all the way to college, period. No scam, no nothing. And the curriculum has got to be changed. That's what they're doing. So shout out to Kibaki, because most Africans, they want to keep them stupid and make sure you can't afford to pay school fees. That's why Africans don't know nothing. That's why all the minerals, and that's why they exploit it, and all the minerals are taken, and you're giving $2 for something that costs $4,500 right now. Here, take these $2. Oh, thank you, white man. Why this shit costs $4,500?
Until you zoom back to Kenya.
Exactly. The same idiot talking about peace. Look at peace at home.
Because while the president was busy diagnosing Africa's ailments from the comfort of a Norwegian podium, Kenyans were getting a very different kind of medical attention.
Exactly.
It is not going to help us. How can Ebola help us? We are already struggling with cholera, with bilharzia, with TB.
And see, and this how you do, and this how you scare people with the fake Ebola. Like I shout to the Kenyans realize it. So I was on TikTok listening to some Kenyan. I was crying. They asked me to come out and say, "Now you guys are doing a good job. I don't need to come up on your back." They understood. Like I told you, the fake thing that happened some years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, that was in Western Africa over there in Sierra Leone, Liberia, the fake Ebola, because there was diamonds and bauxite and other stuff that white people were scared. They get you to move away while they dig up your shit, right? So ask where Ebola comes. Shout out to the Kenyans. Where's Ebola come from? Ask where it come from. That's about you eating. Africans don't fuck around be eating no damn monkeys. You eating monkeys and all other kind of crazy stuff. And then you find out it's the same thing as you digging mines. If Joey looked that up, you'll see the same symptoms as you working in mines. Yeah, it's crazy. Go ahead, Joe, you got it.
Interesting.
And even the social health authority is not functioning.
Yeah, I learned that from the Kenyans last night.
The government has been locked in an escalating battle with critics, activists, bloggers, opposition voices, and Gen Z protesters who have taken to the streets over taxes, cost of living, and extrajudicial killings.
Exactly. Understand the demonstration also is not just about Ebola. The demonstration is about the finance bill, which is being right today. And if it's going to be passed into law, how Kenyans are about to get into a lot of pressure with the cost of living. Man, I really, really pity a lot of our people. I really do. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I'm really, really feeling it for so many of our people. It was on Friday. Yeah, on Friday after my show, I went to do shopping. And I did just a small shopping because I just needed a few refills of some things I just don't have. Just a few. It's nothing much. But the few refills of what I did costed me 2,000 Kenyan shillings. And trust me, it's nothing. Like, it's nothing that is supposed to be costing me 2,000. Like, for real. I was like, what the fuck? I was really fucked up in the head. Then on Saturday, it even made it worse. I was like, of course, I'm going to town with my budget. I'm like, I'm just gonna spend maybe $8. Let me do it in dollars, right? I was like, I'm just gonna do $8 here. If it goes so much, it's gonna be $8. You know, $8. That's enough. I'm not gonna spend too much. That's enough. Then I got there. I was shocked. I ended up spending $16. That should be 2,000 shillings, right?
You're shocked now. It's about to get even worse.
Yeah.
You're shocked now.
Even worse. I was like, God damn. Should I have stayed my ass at home? Questions I was asking myself, I'm like, God damn. Because I had like a lot to do. Pay rent, pay pocket money for my brother, do my own shopping, do the house shopping and all that. So I'm like, God damn, what the fuck was I supposed to say my ass at home? Or should I regret the fact that I went here? Should I start regretting? But I can't start regretting because I've already spent the money, because I'm like, there's no chance to regret.
Let me give you some perspective, Josie. Let me help you out here. In real life, let me give you some perspective. You better be happy you have a job. That long, spend your $16. That's what you better be, because people out here don't have jobs. Josie, they can't feed themselves.
Man, I am. That's the first thing I started the show yesterday by saying. Be grateful for what you have. Your health, your job. If you go back to the yesterday show, that's the first thing I really like. Gratitude in the smallest things you have. As much as you might not see maybe your job as something you're supposed to be grateful for because you have a job. I'm even from telling a certain lady that way. I'm like, God damn. Do you know it's crazy how we want a job so much? And then sometimes some people, when they get the job, they're like, God damn, I'm tired. You work away. I'm tired. Nah. You don't want to be tired. You don't want to be tired today because there are people are looking for that job. Because I went to a shop today where I get my breakfast. Then this lady was like, man, today I didn't feel like coming to work. I'm like, shit, bitch, you better be proud. Sorry, you better be proud of your job, because there's so many people want to be in your position. Trust me, there are people who are crying for jobs. Personally, I was saying about a video I was watching yesterday of a man who has been homeless for this whole year since January. And he's saying how he's been sleeping in the streets. He has a wife and a kid, but he's become a beggar on the street. He can ensure his wife and the kid eat by the end of the day, but he's sleeping in the street. Man, I really cried. I'm not even gonna, I shed tears because of that guy. I was like, God damn. I was really heartbroken, and I'm like, this is so many people who are in this position just because they don't have a job. So yes, gratitude
jobs are also going to go away. That's what South Africa's all upset about, because there's no job. You guys don't know the unemployment rate. I don't know what the unemployment rate is. Let me see what's the unemployment. Type this joke real quick. What's the unemployment rate of Kenya? It's always going to be a lie, but it'll be close. What's the unemployment rate of Kenya? Ask Google that.
5 to 4%.
Okay. Then they said that. I don't believe that shit. But let's see what's the unemployment rate of South Africa? 30, 40%. Let's see. What's the unemployment rate of South Africa? No, it's high as hell.
32%.
So
43% actually.
Yeah, 40 something. Yeah. So man, you crying about 5% in Kenya and South Africa, half the country's unemployed, Joe. Everybody's broke and fucked up. It's telling you. So you better off being in Kenya than South Africa, because ain't no jobs there. That's why they beating up other poor people. There's no jobs there. It ain't gonna change. There ain't no job, because you beating up other poor people. Ain't gonna bring a job there, because your government expels you. Your government over 30 years have not created any employment because of your white people that are there. So always understand, and in America, I'm gonna talk about that tonight, things are gonna get worse, guys, because we restarted bombing Iran. Sure, everybody knows that. Iran's gonna cut off the streets, close it, and they're gonna cut off the other one, what's the other one called on the African border right there? Africa and Yemen. They're gonna cut the Red Sea, whatever it's called. They're gonna cut that shit off. So it's gonna get any worse for us. Inflation's gonna get to at least 5 or 6%. Fuel prices are gonna go up. I think it's gonna cost at least $8, $9, $10 a gallon, or if you're in Africa, a liter. $10 a liter.
That's expensive.
Or more.
That's expensive.
Yeah. Oh, expensive jobs are gonna go under, Joe. People are not gonna be able to work. You got people. You got people crying. They can't afford, Joe, to drive their car to get to work because the job doesn't pay enough. The job doesn't pay enough for the fuel. Go ahead.
And the Strait of Hormuz has closed literally completely, not allowing anyone, whatever you pay to.
Is that what he said now? Is that what they said already?
Yes, they have completely closed. Completely closed. So.
Wow. So remember, that's what. Wow. Go ahead. That's what Kenya get this.
Even as he condemned the targeting of civilians in Oslo, Kenyans in Nanyuki were confronting the full weight of state security in Laikipia, where police were deployed to disperse protesters and ended up killing several of them.
No, that money is for Ruto himself only.
And remember, this is how you know white people control your country, because they had a court ruling. They had a court ruling in Kenya.
While his own citizens accuse him of deepening the wound.
Kenya continues to support mediation efforts, peace support operations, and stabilization initiatives across the Horn of Africa and the Great Lakes region, affirming a simple truth. Peace endures only when it is inclusive, locally owned, and sustained by credible regional and international partnerships. It is here that the partnership between Africa and Europe takes on a renewed strategic significance. Our futures are bound together by security and trade, by technology and climate, and by the movement of our people.
You see, President Ruto wants to be Africa's peace doctor. He wants the...
Yeah, like literally. He's been advocating for that since he became a president. The peace, the Pan-Africanist, you know, if you go back to the first videos when he became a president, man, so many Africans were praising him. Oh my God, this should be the president of Africa. People were blinded to see Ibrahim Traore's doing in the Alliance Sahel state, and they were praising Ruto. Oh, Ruto should be the Pan-Africanist president of Africa. Oh my God, this guy is talking what Africans need to hear. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? History, this is why we need to know history is important. Because if we, and I'm not even talking about history just at the past tense. History, personally, if I talk about the system of education and how it should be renewed, yesterday I talked about the Gaddafi system way, how he was willing to change Africa, even bringing the one currency, which I said I do believe that is what Ibrahim Traore is doing, but in a
whatever they're trying to do, but that we're going to try to. But see, Africans hate other Africans, so they'll follow white people and Arabs, right? Because you'll fight and beat up other Africans, like in South Africa, but you won't beat up the Chinese, beat up the white people, because you've been indoctrinated. Black people have been indoctrinated globally to have self-hate. Gaddafi was no friend. See, they can understand Gaddafi was no friend of African people. He tried to apologize later. That's why I keep telling you. That's why you need no real history. So what Gaddafi did, he did for Arabs, not for black people. He made free education, right? So he made free health care. He gave them a utopia. He gave them the perfect life. He gave them Libyans got money every month up to oil wealth. And Libya is poorer than Nigeria, right? You had top notch, because if you ask me back then, Libya's infrastructure was better than South Africa's. It was a first-rate country. And at that time, it was the richest country in Africa. So he built everything up. So you had first-rate hospitals. And remember, this all free, because the oil money should pay for everything. And that's why the white people came after them, because they want that money for them. So remember, now Libya's all impoverished, poor, fucked up. Now suppose they got democracy. Remember, Libya was a democracy under Gaddafi. Now they got democracy and they're poor. But without democracy, they were rich. And all, he was giving you free food, free land, free everything. And Libya was one of the best developed countries in Africa. To me, it was better than South Africa.
It is.
Not now. Go ahead, Joby.
For my point, I was saying, yes, I did this. I think I did describe that yesterday. If you were listening, for those who are listening, I said he, of course, didn't do everything in favor of Africans, but his fellow Arabians.
His Arabs, the people that live in Libya. He did it for the Arabs, not for black people. He didn't like black people.
But exactly. But can we use this system?
Of course.
Because it was to use our resources, because Libya is a stolen country. Mauritius, yeah, and the rest of Mauritius, which other one? There are 3 or 4, even Egypt. Like, we know these overtaken countries that are being controlled by Arabs today. If we have an African leader and we go back to now the same strategy Gaddafi had,
implement that is good. Yes, so if you do that strategy, of course.
Yeah, let's introduce this as a system of education, and if possible, let it be renewed. Let's keep this. Okay, we can have the old information part of our history, but also let's introduce new chapters in the books of the history. You see, like this, because I was saying, I think we've been having this discussion with many people. Who are like, there's gonna be a group of people who are gonna be learning about the 2024 demonstration. Come generation, come. Let bet sure there's gonna be that Gen Z movement part of our education, but now it depends how is it being educated.
Narrated, yeah.
Why were the Gen Z demonstrating? What was the reason? How many people were killed? And what can you learn about this when it comes to you practicing democracy, practicing what you as a citizen, how are you supposed to be involved, engaged, and understanding what is happening in your country? So I was saying yesterday we can introduce the Libya Gaddafi system of education, but now today what I'm picking from this and Ruto what he's saying with the lies when he's away out of the continent and what is happening in the continent and specifically in his country, this should be some new pages being printed every day in our system of education.
Well, you talk about the narrative. You got to see, now we're talking about narrative control. So you have to control the books that are printed, Joe. That's narrative control.
Exactly. Because if it was for me, I'd actually be introducing new chapters every day. If I'm in control of the Ministry of Education, I'm going to be introducing everything new that is taking place, because history is not past tense or future or present. This is present, past tense, present, and future. And for us to understand even the future, we have to go back to the past tense to understand the present tense and the future tense. I think, man, English was one of my favorite languages. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I know present, past, and future. Most of the people don't. Most of the people don't. Sadly, sadly. And when it comes to our history or our governance and all that, I'm gonna review everything. You're gonna have to know what is happening every day, because today is gonna be applicable as past tense to so many other generations. Today, what is happening, how Ruto is talking in Norway, in Russia, or in other countries, it's going to be very much applicable in the future as past tense. So this has to be literally written and presented to us and the generation that today we can see them banning schools because of
who's gonna allow this, Joe? Okay, Joby, what you're saying? Okay, let me put some context to what you're saying. So you're saying you want textbooks to actually write that your president's out there actually talking contradictive to what he's actually doing on the ground.
Yes.
But who's gonna allow you to do that in Kenya without getting a bullet in the head or disappear?
Oh, they're gonna have to shoot me straight to the head, because that's the target nowadays. The target right here, boom! Like literally, the protesters with head. We have raw images. Most of the protesters were just demonstrating about the finance bill and Ebola. They've been shot in the head. They have been shot in the head, and
which are international crimes. And none of these white people that control that have brought Ruto any charges against them. These are international crimes. You can't kill protesters. You're not supposed to use live bullets on protesters. That's an international crime. That's why he's a puppet. They've not brought none of these charges to him. Like Joey said, if he doesn't win and he ever goes off the script that they gave him, he's going to be charged. So we got to find out why was Ruto shooting people in the streets and protesting.
I've been telling you since the 2024 demonstrations and being in Kenya and seeing how people talk, because I'd say the most people always used for campaigns that the Boda Boda people. The Boda Boda people. Shout out to Christine. She's off handling our Boda Boda business, right? But the Boda Boda people are the most used people in politics. Literally. I'm not even going to cap. Of course, we have the youths. Like you saw Ibrahim Traore banning the one of the biggest students union, certain university, which is being funded by France to promote some certain propagandas about his sovereignty, his democracy, right? Of course, they do this thing in other African countries. But
All
now,
African countries.
well, yeah, exactly. But Kenya, border people are very, oh my God, they're good spread, a good spread of propaganda in the country. So personally, the fact that I use border every single time, like when I was coming to work, I got there and there were like 6 people, and they were all looking at me. I'm like, so who's gonna carry me out of you 6? You know, they're like, you're gonna have to pick one. I'm like, I'm not picking no one. Who's confident enough to carry me? You know. And then one guy pulled up. He's like, I'm the one who spotted you first. And then I told them, you guys know that I don't support just one individual. I support all of you. Because today, my border guy might not be available. I'll need you tomorrow if I find you on this stage. So I'm not going to wait there for 10 hours waiting for my border guy. And maybe he's in the village. You're going to have to carry me. And that's one thing I've kept it very strict. That's why I have so many why I'm so known in all the border stages, and why I get so much respect and protection, because last week when I was going home, I'd want some short dress, and then there were some guys who are trying to harass me, like literally harass me because I had a short dress, and I turned confidently. And even yesterday, some people are trying to harass me because of the dress I had. Yesterday, to be specific too. But last week I stood up. There's one guy who came and touched my hand, and man, when they go to pee, you guys pee on the wall, you guys pee everywhere, like you just pee everywhere. You don't wash your hands and peeing touching your dick. You're not gonna touch me, touch my hand. So I was really pissed off. So this guy came first. He said hi. I didn't respond. I'm walking straight, minding my business. This guy comes and touched my hand. Immediately, I'm disgusted. I feel my hand is dirty. I feel like someone is touching me, some slimy, dicky. I was really disgusted, and I was like, bruh. Not only am I gonna punch you, because I wear this ring on this hand to be specific for punching. This one, don't play with this one. It's gonna break your nose. This is what breaks people's nose. So I told him, hey, I don't wanna get violent with you, but I'm gonna scream one word here with you, and you're gonna get beaten. Why the fuck are you touching me? He said sorry. He only said he's sorry because there's been, of course, incidents of women screaming thieves, or anything that's harassing, and you might be beaten to death. So I was like, bruh, I don't want you to lose your life because I'm screaming a thief on you. I'm known here. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you can't come just touching women like that just because they didn't give you attention. Learn how to accept rejection and move on with your life. Yesterday, the same thing happened.
Learn how to be an incel. Go ahead, Joby.
Oh my God. Yesterday, the same thing happened. A motherfucker out of nowhere, I don't know if he had his mom or his auntie or sister, but this guy came and said, hi, you look so nice. I like those eyes. I'm like, motherfucker, punch the shit out of you, and I don't give a fuck who you have.
Wait. Just because he said, I like the way you look, I like the way your eyes look.
He says he likes my thighs, and then he's like,
oh, thighs! Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you said eyes.
Like, I'm gonna punch the shit out of you, get the fuck out of my face, and don't you ever, if you see me on this road, pass. Okay? If you see me on this road, just pass. Don't say me. Don't say anything to me. So it's really
hey, Joe, it's rough being a woman, ain't it? God damn, you get problems all the time. God damn, that shit seems exhausting.
I personally, I'd say I'm confident enough to handle it because my facial expression.
Yeah, I give you credit, you are, but it seems like a lot to deal with over and over.
No, my facial expression. You see the way this face is enough for you to take the fuck off. Fuck off. I'm sorry.
All right.
I don't give a fuck how you want. Because even yesterday, when I got out of the studio after talking to you, I went to buy something. And then this guy ensured me he has it. Then I've already paid for it. And now I'm like, where is the fuck or what I asked you for? He's like, no, I don't have it. But you just told me you had it. Give me the money. Give me the money. You don't refund. I don't give a shit. Refund me my money. Refund
Hey,
me my money.
did you have cash? I heard you talking about going back to cash.
Pesa.
Cash.
I have pesa. So you gave me
Okay.
cash, which was beneficial to you. You gave me a card. It's crazy, man. It's super, super crazy. But as we get into our closing topic, family, I'm gonna pick it up here tomorrow as I share maybe a Lean Googie video tomorrow. I had a whole video to share on some that you can benefit from, and shout to Jibba Jabba because you asked me to cover more of these conversations. So, like I said from the beginning, I'm gonna try the same way I have on Wednesdays. I share Black American histories. I'm gonna find one of the, but I think Thursday also fits well. I'm gonna find one of the days to be sharing agribusinesses, and not just agribusinesses, but different businesses you can benefit from, whether it comes to America or Africa. I don't know, because I've seen most of you guys are not with, shout out to like Ricky. Ricky doesn't want anything to do with Africa, so I'm not gonna deal with it.
Ricky's never on. Ricky's asleep over this time. He never shows up this time. F the Indian, Joby. This time.
You never know. I do believe I have many listeners sometimes every morning. Sometimes.
Oh, he might listen to your shows afterwards. That's true. But shit, who cares?
Yeah, so I'm gonna share a few that I had Googled or done research personally myself, and I hope it is beneficial to you. Of course, we've been talking about
everything is beneficial to somebody, Joe.
Yeah, we've been talking about the ecosystem businesses that are long term and how they can help you, benefit you financially, or you can become a distributor when you put up especially a pound. Let me just call it a pound, which is a long term ecosystem business, right? But today my research was on which are the most 10 beneficial agribusinesses and that are long term. So, of course, we have poultry and farming. And shout out to Kid because they said something about after the show, we were having a discussion, and he said he understands right now why the chicken farming didn't work for him. And I don't know if you can share that with him too. It's very.
Well, I learned that the chicken farming had an individual doing it, but he showed me. And it's my fault. You're supposed to have knowledge, at least knowledgeable to things you stepped in. So remember, 3 years ago, I bought a bunch of chickens, and me not understanding how chickens work. You guys probably do that. Chickens have got to be in a safe, secure area, or they'll get diseases, right? Yeah. So I gave them to a person that didn't have the right setup to actually have these chickens there, because with chickens, you want to have as least people around them as possible. You want to have them on a farm if you're going, and it also depends if you're going to do layers with your eggs or broilers, for meat, right? But they both can get diseases, but especially layers. I wanted to do layers and lay eggs and sell the eggs. But your environment must be sterile. You must have a completely sterile area, or your chickens are going to die, your eggs are going to be fucked up. And I didn't know how deep it went as I started studying it. But like I said, in Kenya, there's good money. Since we have stores up, I don't need to look for a market. I don't need to look for a market because I already got the market. So I don't need no market. The market is there. I don't got to go, Joe.
You do, because number one, I do believe Kenyans who are chicken eaters a lot. Also Tanzania. Actually, unlike Kenya, Tanzania, Tanzania is like, chicken is like more of a street food, like the way we have ours, like the intestine, the chips, the fries, chip fries. Tanzania is more of like chicken. Chicken is like the street food, like literally. Chicken is the street food, and it's affordable. I like the way it's affordable in Kenya. I don't know if it makes sense. But also in Kenya, to clarify what you're trying to say, we eat a lot of chicken because people like me, maybe we have like I'm gonna take a picture when I go outside because today I'm gonna be eating chicken later in the evening for dinner. But we have 2 competitive or even 3 competitive stores, and they are all like bind up together. You walk from this one to the next one to the next one, and they all sell eggs too: chicken, eggs, sausages, smokies. Because in a chicken store you can get smokies and sausages at the same time. So I've seen that competition, and where sometimes you can go there and you like a chicken, like, and this is a whole chicken store. But you can go there literally late. You think, oh, because it's a chicken store, I'm gonna get shit on time. Nah, it's done. So I actually think
Yeah.
Kenyans should consume chicken a lot, like eggs. We consume a lot of eggs and chicken a lot because was it on Sunday? It was on Sunday. I woke up in the morning going to look for eggs. I couldn't find eggs anywhere. Anywhere. That was really astonishing to me. I'm like, no eggs?
Wow.
Oh, like, God damn. So I have to walk all the way maybe to the wholesales and all that to get eggs? Like, it's really shocking to me. Not like, people are eating eggs. As much as the prices have gone up, people are eating eggs a lot. It's really, really crazy, you know? So just based on what Keith has mentioned, the poultry farming was one of it, literally the 10 most profitable businesses, where you have the layers and the broilers. So the same number one, this has high demand for eggs and chicken meat daily. You have, of course, quick returns when it comes to the layers, which they lay eggs, broilers, which of course it's for the meat. We also, which it's also adds up to a scalable from small to large, because when you have chickens, of course, they grow. Okay, they grow. And like Keith has said, this has to be, because if I'm going back to the information he's giving, I remember my uncle, a cousin to my mom, was the only person who was entering one of the chicken compounds we had. But I don't know what led to all of them die, because we woke up one day and all of them were dead.
They died because you had too many people around them, Joey. It's got to be secure. You can't have people going in and out. So you got to lock that farm completely down. You can't allow people in there at all.
Mhm.
You got
Yes,
only allow the workers. If you got a few workers, that's it. But it's got to be hygienic all the time. Joe. You got to set certain hygienic things all the time. It's got to be a protocol. I've been looking. Shout out to the Kenyans I've been looking at, because their places are amazing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that was one of the problems he might have allowed. I was young, but I remember we woke up one day and they were all dead. I was young to follow up so much or to understand so much.
Yeah, they died because it's so easy to catch disease. I didn't know that. So when Wallace told me all the chickens died, it sounded crazy to me because I hadn't had the information. When you tell me all these chickens died, now I know, yes, they all died. Because when we had with Wallace, there was no hygiene, no nothing around it. So yes, I'm sure you weren't lying. They all died.
So they're saying literally when it comes to poultry farming, that is the layers and the broilers, it's a long-term aged business because it's a continuous demand and breeding expansion. Secondly, we have the dairy farming, which I think we also talked about it a little bit yesterday too, where of course when you have cows, there's milk. Milk is consumed daily. There are people, of course, who are going to be demanding.
That's right, and that's why I'm buying cows. That's right, and it's easier than chickens. God damn it! You don't got to worry about them dying.
Because, like for me, I've stopped buying milk at the supermarket. Literally, near my house, I have an old lady. I always call her grandma in Swahili. I always call her Shush. So the Shush around my place, she sells like fresh milk. She has a big farm. Yeah, she has a big farm, so she milks the cows herself. So by 9, you'll find our shop is open for eggs. She has like chickens and all that too, and milk. So I get milk because since I realized the supermarket processed milk is also affecting me so much. So I said, let me try actually the fresh milk.
The real natural milk. How's the real natural milk doing?
I've realized it's actually less cholesterol than the
than the fake milk.
Lactose intolerance. Sorry. Lactose intolerance less than the.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when it comes to dairy farming, it can diversify into yogurt, cheese, and cake. So one thing I've
Exactly.
learned with also this, I've learned how to make cheese myself. I'm so proud of myself. Like I've really learned
Yep.
that.
You know how to make cheese, Joey?
Yes.
Wow. Is it good or is it nasty?
Awesome, because you just need tutorials. Just go to YouTube, look for tutorials. And before I learned, I used to use, that's why I had to shift now from buying milk from the supermarket
I
to,
got you to get it natural.
yeah,
Get it
because
natural.
yeah, I tried it a couple of times with the supermarket sold milk or the shop sold milk, and it was never
Uh-huh.
turning the way I used to see it. But until I tried now the fresh milk, I'm like,
The fresh milk.
it was different here. You just need a fresh cow milk, that's the difference.
Yeah, you
So
need milk. You need milk that's not pasteurized. That's not
yes,
that's not that's not chemicalized. You need to actually fresh from the cow to.
yeah. So the
Okay.
biggest advantage when it comes to dairy farming as a long-term age business is that it is recurring. It's a recurring income and a
Exactly.
value addition. Third one, we have the crop farming, where you can have maize, beans, and wheat. And I think I've discussed that. When it comes to maize, I was to share actually the maize documentary or video from a Kenyan lady who quit her job and she started farming, and she has a big acre of land. Let me
Yeah, but
send you.
I think on maize you got to have a lot of acres. Corn, we call it corn, maize. They're gonna call. I think you got to have a lot of acres to grow that shit to
Let me
make
show you.
money. Yeah, sure. You got to have a lot of acreage. I ain't got shit. Right, land in Kenya costs too much money. It costs too much. I can't. You must got to grow. You must got to have a whole bunch of acres to grow corn. Then I don't know how corn grows because it's the weather, right? What about bad weather and the crop gets fucked up? That shit seems too hard. See, that's what she's saying.
No,
Got
I'm
no
not gonna.
sound. Got no
Yeah, no,
sound, Joby.
no, I don't want to share the video. I wanted to share a
Uh,
picture of how
uh,
the farm is so big. Let me see.
yeah. You just go. You just go. Just go to that park. Exactly. You got to have a lot of. You got to have a lot of land to grow corn, Joby. Land is too expensive in Kenya. Shit, I can't get no lot of land. I can get 2, 3, 4 acres. That kind of shit, you need 40, 50, 60 acres.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let this video play as you see what basically exactly what I'm talking about, because it included everything I am literally mentioning. So this is a lady who owns a whole farm. Is it this one? Or is it? Let me see.
Nice.
It's that
I
one
mean,
exactly.
you got no sound though, Joby. How
No,
many
I'm not
acres
playing.
is she?
I'm not
Oh,
playing no
okay.
sound. How many
Okay.
acres? I'm not sure about the acres, but she says the she harvests 150 bags per acre. That was just in the 3 months when she started. And this is maize. And understanding maize is our staple food, ugali. You can sell a lot. You can actually beat our government, or maybe find out we can work with the government in terms of maybe you becoming a maize
Yeah, but
flour.
you still gotta get the land, Joby. That land's how much is
That's
that land?
that's what I wanted. I'm saying the time is not allowing me to share all this, but I'm gonna share maybe this tomorrow for you guys to see, because these are lady
Uh,
who's farming maize, and it's producing a lot
See,
because
the good thing about Africa, before they start messing, Africans have ancestral land. So they can always start with a bunch of land because they already have it because through the ancestors. You know, in America, we don't got none of that. So I got to go buy land in Kenya. That shit is crazy. That shit, the cost of that land it fucking almost give you a heart attack. Like, how much? How much is that shit?
yeah. So when you look at farm, they're telling you that this is our staple food, especially the maize, which is always in demand, and it can scale with mechanization.
Mechanism. Yeah.
Mechanization, yeah. And the long-term benefit of it is that it's a food security, which is a guaranteed market. Maize is a guaranteed market. Trust
Of
me.
course.
you sell it grinded or not grinded, it's a sure bet. People are gonna buy maize because we eat ugali.
It's a guaranteed market, really globally, Joe.
Yeah. We also have avocado business. I'm going to wrap it up very quickly since I'm also out of time. Avocado farming, which is an export business. You've seen actually the Chinese people have taken over our
Try
avocado
to eat it, but
across
understand
Africa.
with you avocado. I looked at all this. Avocado tree take you 5 years to
Yep.
grow,
Yeah.
5 to 10. I ain't got that much time to wait.
It's beneficial. It's very much beneficial. So they're saying that as for Kenya, Kenya is a major exporter, of course, of avocado. I think we talked about that. Not just Kenya, but many African countries today are facing this problem because the Chinese have taken over the market. We also have, they're saying that this is a high global demand when it comes to Europe, in
It
the
is.
Middle East, and also Asia.
Avocado.
And
Yep.
why it's a long-term beneficial business to you is because the trees produce for 20 plus years. So as much as you have 5 years before it grows, this is going to be beneficial to you for a very long. Every season of avocado, you're gonna be making money, which is always February, I think also August, because I think we have 2 or 3 seasons. We have 2 seasons of avocado, if I'm not wrong. Goat farming, of course, I mentioned about the second one was about dairy farming. We should go back to also goat farming. We have meat and milk. They're saying that this is a low maintenance compared to cows, and it's a high demand for goat meat. Goat meat is expensive, you guys. Personally, I can't afford goat meat every single time. I'm not gonna lie. Goat meat
I'm
is
not.
so
I'm not
expensive.
gonna lie. I never had goat meat in my life. We don't sell
Oh my
that shit.
god, it's the tastiest. It's the best meat you can. I'm
I've
not
never. Anybody in the chat room, if any of you guys ever had goat meat, I know we
beef,
don't even sell that shit in America.
beef aside, fish aside, chicken aside, literally, pork aside, pork ribs aside. Oh, goat meat is so soft and so tasty. Oh my god, so that's why it's expensive. I'm not gonna lie. It's so when you cook goat in your, let's say when you're welcoming people at your house, man, you're the G. You're literally the goat. You know, you're the goat.
You're crazy all the time. You're the goat.
Because it's
I,
so nice. Oh my god, guys, no,
I,
Jabba,
if,
shit.
if most
You need to try
if
that.
most people can't afford it, I might not. It might be too expensive to raise if most people can't afford the
No.
meat. Shit.
So I remember in my 23rd birthday, I had
Uh
a half goat. I bought a half goat meat, which was
All right.
4,000 Kenyan shillings. 4,000, that
Uh
should be something dollars. I bought a half goat meat, and it was enough for everyone, literally everyone that I'd invited specifically.
Okay.
And I remember, I think last year, December, I was trying to buy a goat meat from Kamlesh, but it took so much time to respond to me. But the price it was giving me was really, really affordable for a full goat, for a full goat, literally, which was unlike when you go to the market itself, it's expensive. But when you find an
Yeah.
individual who can hook you up to the market, or if they keep goats, it's quite cheaper, literally. So, hey, goat meat is really also the milk is nice. It's different from the cow. Like it tastes.
I never had no goat milk. I never had no goat ever in my
Have you
life.
ever had a camel milk?
Camel? Hell no. We don't got no camels in America.
Yeah, but a camel milk is so nice. It's smoky though in sense, like it smells
I'm
like
not.
smoke.
I'm not drinking no camel milk, Joey. Are you insane?
It smells nice. It smells like smoke though.
I
Smoke.
I don't want to drink all that weird shit, Joey. I must. See. I'm a picky eater. Somebody said, "Hey, try this." I said, "What is that?" It's camel milk, nigga. If you don't get that shit out of my face, you got
We
me
have
all the way effed up.
the second one, yeah, fish farming, agriculture. Of course, we've talked about pounding and all that. How we can start a pound and have a whole fish pound and become a business distributor when it comes to fishing. So the same, of
Yeah,
course, when it comes to fishing
fish
farming, we
farm.
have tilapia and catfish, which are widely consumed. That's why you create a pond, which requires proper management. We talked
I
about that.
actually catfish. Said no. You said they don't eat cat. I said yes, they eat catfish in
I
Kenya.
don't.
I don't like that shit.
There are people who do. I don't. I really don't. And I don't know how big of a, because looking around, even when I buy fish, there's no catfish being sold because it's
Yeah.
not that consumed. The only thing we know we eat a lot is
Okay.
tilapia, fillet fish. I love fillet fish every single time. I'm not gonna buy tilapia
Relate.
because people like my brother, they don't like all that bony, the bones
Yeah,
struggle.
bones.
Fillet
Yeah,
is
I don't
easy to
like that.
bones, yeah.
I agree with him. I
And
don't
then
like all them bones either.
yeah, then we have the seventh one, horticulture, where we have the vegetables and fruits. Of course, things like tomatoes, onions, capsicum, kales, which is skumawiki, collard greens, which you guys call that, are very
Hmm.
much beneficial and can be done in a greenhouse, shout to Keith. And the long-term effect of it is that it's fast cycles and urban demanding. Like we eat skumawiki. I eat skumawiki personally a lot, but I've been trying to change my diet because I love also we call them kienyeji. I don't know. I'm gonna find the right name of kienyeji. Like the unknown traditional, they're traditional vegetables because they're not very largely known in the city. Most of the people know the traditional benefits of the vegetable.
What that was Shimani saying?
She's talking about tradition. She told me it's traditional vegetables. So that's how I was trying to figure out the
Okay.
name. Yeah, because that's what I've been trying to change my diet from trying to stop eating a lot of skumawiki and cabbage to change my really healthy vegetables that can help me also when it comes to my health because they're beneficial to health. And
True.
the reason why they're long term is, of course, there's the fast cycle and urban demand, like I mentioned. And the last two we have beekeeping, of course.
That's right. That's right. Got my bees and my honey. Damn right.
Beekeeping, of course, that produces honey. We have the wax and the
What?
propolis, sorry. And also it is advantage. It is a the advantage is also it's a low land requirement, and the long term advantage of it is that it's a passive income, and it also supports crop farming. So if you have maybe
Exactly. Because what it
yeah,
does with your crops. Yeah, go ahead,
yeah, so
Joe.
yeah, if you have the like horticultural, the vegetables and fruits like we mentioned that produce flowers, this can go back to beekeeping, which can also benefit you if it makes sense. And
Yeah,
then the
because
next one, we have tree farming. That is something we're talking about here some time back with Shimani. How tree farming has a lot of income. Like shout out to the late guy who used to make my nails long time ago, and I found out he passed on. He was talking to me. The guy who was supposed to approach about beauty before we put up our barber shop and all that. Remember, long time ago, and then he passed.
he dead and stinking.
Yeah, he died. I told you last year, I think.
Oh, I don't remember. I can't remember I can't remember who died. Joe, I apologize.
Dead and stinking. God damn. So we have timber and fruits. So when it comes to
Yeah,
tree,
but timber, Joby. How long does it take for a tree to grow? Like 20 years?
yes, you have to be patient. That's something with
Man, you crazy as hell.
So when it comes to timber, fruits, and environmental benefits, that's where tree farming you can get the benefits or income from. And they say trees increase land value, where the long term benefit of it is high returns after maturity. So you have to be patient.
Exactly. I'm asking you. So what I'm supposed to do while I'm waiting for these trees to mature? What I'm supposed to do? I ain't got no money. Okay.
Something different. If you're not ready for this, to be patient, you have to invent in something different
I know. I'm saying how long does it take for a tree to mature? I don't know. How long does it take, Joe?
Just a minute. How long does timber, to be specific? Does timber
take to mature?
Take to mature.
That shit years.
7 to 50 years.
What? How many? 50 years?
7 to over 50 years.
Tell me you smoking dope. I ain't fucking with that. I'm gonna make money from that shit. I'd be all old and fucked up. Get out of here.
And then we have the last one, which is agro-process business. All right.
Yeah, the
Which again,
processing it.
yeah, goes back to the moringa production I
Yeah,
gave you.
exactly. True. Yep, that is exactly because it's value added. So you're doing value added and selling the market. But for that, you're gonna have a market. You got to wherever you sell that. People got to be familiar with the product itself, like moringa. If you're gonna process it, Kenyans don't know about, so you have to sell that probably outside the country. But other stuff like you can process mangoes and oranges. You can put that right out in some packages. They know what those are, or watermelon and all that kind of stuff. Process it.
Yeah, literally. So they're saying that the benefits are they convert raw products into finished products, of course, which is something we need in Africa at large. And the examples are maize, which of course leads to flour. We have milk, which can lead to yogurt, and so many things. Coffee production to coffee, the coffee beans to coffee, which Dangote also mentioned yesterday. Oil, literally. Which you can process all that in the country. The long-term benefit of this is the high profit margins and brand building.
The brand building, the jobs. See, the jobs come when you process the stuff because you got to have manufacturing. So that's when you start employing people. But that's what white nations don't want because now you take money out of their pocket. Now you sell the finished product because it's made in Africa, so why shouldn't you get the benefit from processing?
Exactly. So that has been our conversation for today, family, literally, and wishing you a beautiful day. But I see we have Ita. I don't know, Ita. You are calling me a dude. I'm not a dude, I'm a lady. So check your dude niggas.
Who said who called you a dude? How do you call you a dude? What you talking about?
This guy was saying, dude, did you major in economics? I don't even, the English is so pathetic. Like, please.
No, he's not there. Yeah, that's slang. He's not calling you a dude, Joe, but that's interchangeable.
He went to say, dude. I'm not a dude, I'm a girl. Period.
I know, Joby, listen. That's interchangeable slang. They call girls dudes. Hey, dude, we talking about it's interchangeable, Joby.
I'm a dude on my phone. Don't. I'm not a transgender. I'm not a dude. I am Joby.
I know you're not. I'm explaining ebonics to you, Joby.
No, ebonics here. Come on, kid. We don't do no ebonics here. We don't do no ebonics here. But shout out to John. Please, Joby must smile. At least you guys made me at the end of the day to smile. I appreciate that. So that's amazing. Says a South African on TikTok, the other called Nigerians the giants of poverty. Of course they are. Come on. Lazy.
Wow! They call the Nigerians the giants of poverty. Oh my God!
Oh, the South African. Oh, it should be the vice versa. Sorry.
No, because remember, Nigerians are known as the giants of Africa, so the South Africans would call them the giants. Because South Africans are good with the whips, call them the giants of poverty. That's funny.
They should be the giants of poverty because they're lazy.
Well, exactly. So, as far as Nigeria is, I don't think they got a 40%, like Joby showed, a 43% unemployment. That means your whole country's broke. Your whole country's in poverty, dude. So you can make that joke, but the numbers, Nigerians come back with the numbers that we're the giants of poverty. You guys are over 40%. It wasn't even like this in the Great Depression. That means their country, I didn't even know. That means South Africa is in a Great Depression. Not a recession, a Great Depression. Because before we go, Joe, put us over quick. Say, what was the unemployment rate in the United States in the Great Depression? and I don't think it even reached no 40-some%. Say, what was the unemployment rate in the United States in the Great Depression? That means the worst job market ever, the Great Depression. And I don't think it even got to no fucking 43%. That means South Africa lived in a Great Depression
25%.
all the time. How much was it, Joby?
25%.
25?
Yes.
25% was the worst in American history of a Great Depression. That's like economic collapse. South Africa's double that. That means everybody's poor. The majority, that means all black people, are impoverished. So Nigeria, you didn't show that. They're living in a Great Depression all the time. Shit, I didn't know it was that bad. I see why they beating up people on the street. God damn.
Hey, it's not a goddamn fault, but much love, family.
I'm not saying it's nobody's fault. I'm just saying I understand it.
Allow me to wrap it up. They're having such a beautiful rest of your morning, but we're coming back in a few.
It's gonna get worse. Remember, it's 43%. You guys, it's 43% unemployment in South Africa. Shit.
Hey, 6 years
And
ago.
y'all be crying about Kenya. Kenya's 6, 5, and 6%. Go to South Africa, you be butt naked with your ass out. Y'all be gonna find a South African man with 43% employment rate. God damn.
I'm gonna be beating him with a pan. God damn it! Much love.
You can't do nothing but add a piano on the street. There's no jobs.